What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. Chances are, if you're a Star Wars fan, then you definitely played the Battlefront franchise. The Battlefront franchise is beloved by many Star Wars fans, and including yours truly. Battlefront 1, a great game and a great start to a franchise. Then Battlefront 2 came out and completely improved upon everything Battlefront 1 had to offer. Side note real quick, this is a fucking masterpiece! But after Battlefront 2, I and the rest of the Rebel Alliance were patiently waiting for Battlefront 3. But after 2 years of waiting, in October 2007, we finally got Star Wars BattleFront Renegade Squadron. Okay. Yeah, sure. Fine. This will do. But next is Battlefront 3. And then 2 more years go by. Now it's finally happening. In 2009, in November, we got Star Wars Battlefront Elite Squadron. So, Battlefront 3? Well, no, unfortunately. I read somewhere that Battlefront 3 was supposed to come out in October 2008. And then a whole year later, almost, we got Elite Squadron. Battlefront 3 was canceled. Elite Squadron only came out a year after Battlefront 3 was canceled. And if you compare them, you can actually see that Elite Squadron borrows a lot from what Battlefront 3 was going to be. Now, I know a lot of you might be thinking, well, shit, there it is, Battlefront 3. It was just on this obscure PSP game I've never heard about. And first thing, wow, I was really rude. You really shouldn't cut me off. I was obviously getting to it. 2, no, Elite Squadron does do its own thing. And while they do share similarities between each other, Elite Squadron is its own game. So there it was. The light began to dim on getting Battlefront 3. We have lost hope. The rebels have lost. And we would never get to play what was going to be the greatest. However, and I don't know how this went under my radar, because I would have been all over this shit as soon as I found out, someone on Reddit in 2016 posted an early build of Battlefront 3. Yeah, so apparently, an early build of Battlefront 3 was just chilling on some Xbox 360 dev kit. And it wasn't until now we're just finally hearing about it. In 2016, I guess I should say. Because now it's 2022, it's way old news now. And while booting this up, you can definitely tell it's an early build. Now, one thing I did want to mention before going more into this is that if you actually do own an Xbox dev kit, you fucking lucky bastard, this game actually runs decently from what I've read anyway. I have to use Xenia, and while I don't like Xenia, it actually did manage to run this with no issues, so I was able to play it, and Xenia is the reason why it is bugging out the way it is. So I wanted to state that out first. If you have a dev kit, you're good. But holy shit, I cannot tell you how excited and amazing it was to finally play this game. Yes, even in the state it's in. It is just horrible. The frame rate constantly drops, making it hard to do, well, anything in this game. The graphics are constantly glitching out, and it would crash constantly on me. Would you look at that? It's an early build. I expected all of this crashing to happen on me, all the glitches, everything. But that didn't take away from the fun that I had finally playing Battlefront 3. And if we ignore all the bugs, what is actually here is pretty damn impressive for the time. One of my favorite modes from Battlefront 2 was the Heroes vs. Villains mode, aka Assault. So obviously that was the first mode I decided to jump into. I'm impressed with how many characters there are to play as, and I'm sure this was going to be fixed by the time it came out, but it doesn't seem to matter what era you pick. It all has the same players from both eras. To my knowledge, every class of character acts the same. Like, for example, the Jedis all function the same. They all have just this common 1-2 swing they have to attack. I figured that like Darth Maul would have his swinging lightsaber attack from Battlefront 2, but no, it's all just the same 1-2 swing, and I'm not really surprised because this game really didn't get that much far into development on this part. They also have Jedi powers, like using the Force and saber throws, like in Battlefront 2, but I couldn't figure out how to use any of these. Also, they can jump like like super high in this, like way higher than Battlefront 2. And that got me thinking, wow, these Jedis would have practically been fucking broken. The shooter characters have a variety of weapons between the characters that you can pick. They all can throw grenades. Jango Fett has a jetpack, and that's awesome. You can fly like really high and really far with Jango Fett's jetpack. It's kind of fun to abuse, I'm not gonna lie. I think the shooting feels good, but the animation is like way broken, so it doesn't even like correspond well. The running feels faster in this game too, I did notice. I don't know if that's because it was gonna be on the next gen hardware or not, but it definitely does feel faster paced in Battlefront 3. Now, besides the fun multiplayer modes, there are also two other things that really intrigue me about this. The story mode and the split-screen multiplayer. Now, as crazy as this is, the story mode to this game and its cutscenes are still technically here in the game. I discovered early on that there's a gallery that you can go to where you can watch all the cutscenes. I even loaded into the first mission one time by accident from the first gallery mission. But it was through here that I realized that, yeah, these cutscenes are all here. They're silent with some Star Wars music played over it, so I'm sorry I can't really play you the music. But it is interesting that the choreography between these capes, I guess, is all still here, so you can kind of piece together at least a little bit of what was going on. But the story mode kind of works. I was able to play the first mission. I got stuck very early on it, but I was able to watch the cutscene, then load into the first mission of Battlefront 3. I haven't tried that with any other chapters in the game yet. The game kept crashing. It is very unstable, but I'm sure that the rest is out there. What I want to do is compile all these cutscenes and like upload it to my second channel. Yeah, quick plug. I think that would be really neat. We can preserve Battlefront 3 more in this way. I have seen a couple videos on it, but I haven't really seen much in the preservation of it. So obviously diving into the story mode was a real cool part of this. It was kind of cool to see what the story was going to be through my own interpretation, but like I said, they're just capes fighting each other. Or in this one case where a cape is just walking around a town with Star Wars music playing and there's like no one in the town. I don't know what you can get from that one, but hey, piece it together yourself. But the split screen multiplayer is what I was dying to try out. I asked my brother if he would try it with me, and guys, you're not even gonna believe this, but the split screen multiplayer works. It actually fucking works. Sure, it's just as buggy as the rest of the build has been, but it's amazing the fact that split screen is even running on this early build. We decided to hop into the conquest mode. Now, it was the same as, Battlefront 2 where you go and capture bases, but it was still, unfinished, so you couldn't really capture bases. All you could do is just go around and shoot. Which, we did, and we had a lot of fun. We were even able to try to attempt to get into the ships and fly to far out locations, but to no avail, and we would just die. Big part of Battlefront 3's multiplayer was that it was supposed to have land and space combat at the exact same time. So for example, you could start on the ground on a game in Battlefront 3, run to a ship, fly up to space and take the fight up there and land in like the carriers or whatever and shoot all the Empire or whatever you got going on in that game. It was supposed to be really ambitious. For the most part, it's just you spawning in as a random stormtrooper or a Rebel Alliance guy and killing the enemy. And while that's fun in its own right, it does get a little boring. However, it is cool that you are still fully able to run around these maps. Hell, one time in Hoth, we even loaded in and the map loaded in perfectly. Well, at least a little bit better than the rest of the game looked like. It almost looked like Hoth was worked on the most. It seems to me that the majority of Battlefront 3 was done. All it needed was bug work, testing, and some polishing, and it would have been there. If it's at all possible, I would really like if hackers or programmers or whatever would hop on this and try to dig through the files and clean it up a bit. At least the multiplayer. Do it. It's for the greater good. It's the Jedi way. Well, it is a shame that Battlefront 3 got canceled. I'm sure it would have made a great addition to the Battlefront franchise. I read somewhere that someone said that the game was actually really underwhelming and it wasn't really going to be that fun. But even playing this early build, I don't know if it was me just being so nostalgic for Battlefront 2 and the nostalgia of wanting Battlefront 3 that blinded me on this, but I had fun even in the rough state it was in, and I can only imagine that if it was finished, it would have been pretty good. I have to say, doing this episode of Game Build Found was probably one of my most favorite to do. It's probably right up there with Spider-Man 4. Spider-Man 4 just holds so much to me. Sentimental wise, God, I wanted that movie so bad. And I wanted Battlefront 3 so bad. So the movie I wanted so bad and the game I wanted so bad, I gotta fucking talk about. Well, guys, that's gonna do it for me today. Let me know, are you guys Star Wars Battlefront fans? Did you play the franchise a lot? Were you anticipating Battlefront 3 like I was? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll get to you when I get to you. I have an Instagram, I have a Twitter, and you guys can go follow me. The links to those will be in the description below. And while you're down there, can I get you to hit that like button? Can we try to get this video up to 10 likes? That'll be much appreciated. And also, while you're down there, can I get you to hit that subscribe button and the bell for post notifications? Because I wouldn't want you to miss a single upload of mine. Well, guys, that's going to do it for me today, and y'all take care.